Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and we are in Math 6 second quarter week 7, and that is describing the set of integers and identifying real life situation that make use of it. Pero bago tayo magsimula, kung hindi ka pa nakasubscribe sa channel ko, please subscribe now and do not forget to hit the notification bell para lagi kang updated sa bagong video ko. So in this lesson, you will find out the set of integers and identify a real-life situation that make use of it. In the number system, we have two categories, namely real numbers and imaginary number. Integers is classified as real numbers. So now, ano ba yung integers? What is integer? So an integer is a whole number, not a fraction, that can be positive, negative, or zero. So now, napakalinaw ng definition ng integer. It is a positive or a negative number including zero, but it is not a whole number. It is not a fraction. So therefore, it is also not a decimal number because try if you can identify if the given is a real number, an integer or not an integer. So let's play integer or not. Let's have the set of 2, 4, 6. Are they integers or not? Yes, they are integers because they are whole number. How about 1/2? Is 1/2 an integer or not? Okay, not, because in the definition, it is not a fraction. How about 2 and 3/10 and 4 and 11/100? Is it an integer or not? Okay, it is not an integer because it is not a whole number. How about -5 and 0? Are they integers or not? Yes, they are integers because integers includes the negative number. All right, so this is a very simple drill on how will you identify if the given is integer or not integer. So now, let's have the number line. In a number line, you can find 0 at the middle of our number line, and the negative numbers can be found at the left side, and positive number can be found at the right side of the number line. So here, so in this number line, these are the negative numbers. And in this side, the right side, we can find the positive numbers. So in a positive number, it can be written with this symbol. Pwede nating isulat na positive 1, positive 2, positive 3, and so on. Or pwede rin natin hindi isulat yung positive symbol. Kapag ang isang number ay walang ganitong symbol, that means it is positive. While in negative number, we always include the negative symbols. So we can find it in the left side of our number line. And 0 is neither negative nor positive. On the number line, opposite are the same distance from 0, but on different side of 0. So meaning, yung negative 1, kapareha siya ng distance ng positive 1 from 0. Magkapareha sila ng distance. That is 1 unit apart. Pero magkaiba lang sila ng direction. They are in opposite direction. Now, they are called as additive inverse. Property of the numbers that if you add opposites, your sum will be 0. -1 and +1 are additive inverse. Kapag inad mo sila, ang sagot, 0. Example, -4 plus +4, that is equal to 0. Pag pinagsama ay 0. That is what we call the additive inverse. -5 plus +5 is 0. Also, we have -8 plus +8, that is 0. Additive inverse. Now, let's proceed to the next slide. Now, here are some practice. Name a positive or negative number to present each situation. Let's go with number 1. A plane climbing to an altitude of 10,000 feet. Climbing, ibig sabihin pataas. So that represent positive number can be represented climbing or rising. So that will be positive 10,000 kasi climbing pataas. So that is positive. So number 2, taking 1,000 pesos out of the bank. Kumuha ka ng 1,000, naglabas ka ng pera from the bank, nag-withdraw ka. So negative numbers can be presented taking out or withdrawing money. So that means negative 1,000. So number 2 is negative 1,000 kasi naglabas ka ng pera. Now, number 3, 200 feet below sea level. Sea level. That is sea level. So below, when we say below, negative numbers can represent values below or less than a certain value. So that will be negative. It should be negative 200. Ayan, medyo may typographical error lang dito. It should be negative 200. And number 4, a hiker climbing to an altitude of 6,000 feet. The same with number 1, kapara siya ng 1. Climbing, when we say climbing, it can be represented by positive numbers. So that is positive 6,000. So medyo may mali dito sa ating module, ano? So it should be positive 6,000. And number 5, spending 5,000 pesos kapag ginastos mo. So paggagastos, that means negative numbers. Negative numbers can represent losses or decreases. Kapag nabawasan yung pera mo, nagastos, that means negative. So this should be negative 5,000. So here are some of the example in real life situation that can be used, the negative or the integers, the negative and positive numbers. So let's have a drill on this topic. Write the integer represented by each situation. Tingnan natin kung kaya natin sagutan. So we have a temperature is 18 degrees Celsius below 0. So that means below 0, mas mababa pa sa 0. So this can be represented by negative 18. So the temperature is negative 18 degrees Celsius. So now, pag sinabi natin below, backward, that is negative number. The altitude is 75 meters above the sea level. So we have here the word above. Kanina, below. This is above. So that means, kapag above, that means positive 75. Or we can write that as 75. It is the same. And we have the corals is 15 meters below the sea level. It should be sea level. So we have the word below. So that means negative 15. And we have here he has a weight loss of 5 kilograms. So weight loss. So losses represented by negative. So we have negative 5 here. And the last one is, she spent 375 pesos for a dress. Spent. So nagastos, nabawasan yung pera niya. That means negative 375. So again, here are some of the real life situation where we can use the integers. Alright. Now let's go to the next one. How to compare an integer. Paano nga ba natin na i-compare ang integer? Let's take a look again of a number line. So here, a number line, we have here 0, and we have the negative numbers at the left side and the positive numbers at the right side. Remember, class, that positive numbers are always greater than negative number. The same with positive numbers are always greater than zero and negative numbers. So now, let's take a look of an example. So we have here positive 8 and positive 7. Let's compare. So we can compare two numbers using less than, greater than, or equal. So now we have here positive 8 and positive 7. Which do you think, what symbol do you think is the best answer for this? So, kung mapapansin nyo, 8 is at the right side, it is greater than. So, we can write 8 is greater than, positive 8 is greater than positive 7. 8 is to the right of positive 7, therefore 8 is greater than positive 7. Nasa right daw siya, kaya positive 7. Nasa right, kaya it is greater than. Let's have another example. Negative 8 blank negative 7. Kung mapapansin nyo, nabaliktad naman sila, negative 8, tapos ito naman yung negative 7. Ayan. Now we have negative 8 is to the left of negative 7. So si negative 8, nandito daw siya sa left ng negative 7. Dahil nasa left siya, therefore, the symbol should be less than. So kung mapapansin nyo, kapag nagko-compare kayo ng isang number, kung sino yung nasa right, yun yung mas mataas. At kung sino yung nasa left, yun yung mas mababa. So na, erase ko lang itong mga to. Let's have another example. Yan, we have 8, or that means positive 8, and gawin na lang natin itong negative 8, sorry. It should be negative 8. Negative 8, gawin natin black. Negative 8 and positive 7. Kung negative 8, nandito siya. At ang positive 7 ay nandito. So, si negative 8, nasaan ba siya? Nasa left or nasa right? So, nasa left siya ng negative 7, nasa left. Therefore, kapag nasa left siya, it is less than. Negative 8 is less than. Kung sino yung nasa left, siyang mas mababa. Now, let's have another example. We have 3, positive 3, and negative 5. Nasa ng positive 3, ito. At ang negative 5, ito. So, si negative 5 nasa left, ibig sabihin mas mababa siya. At ang 3 ay nasa right, ibig sabihin mas mataas siya. So, 3 is greater than negative 5. Mas mataas siya. Let's have another example. Negative 4 and positive 2. So nakita nyo, negative 4, ito yung positive 2, si negative 4 nasa left. So mas mababa siya, should be less than. And remember, negative numbers are always less than positive numbers. Lagi silang mas mababa. And 0. Lagi silang mas mababa sa positive number at 0. And let's have 0 and negative 3. So, alin ang mas mababa? Or anong comparison ang mailalagay natin dito? 0. Si 0 ba mas mababa o mas mataas sa negative 3? So, si negative 3 nasa left at nasa right si 0. 0 is at the right side. Therefore, 0 is greater than negative 3. So, parang, kasi pag sinabi nating negative numbers, parang mga utang pa yan, di ba? Wala naman, actually, pag negative, parang may kulang ka pa, may utang ka pa. Kaya pag sinabi umutang ka, you have negative numbers kasi that represent negative utang, di ba? Now, let's clear them out. Let's have the next, let's have another given. Let's write another given. Example, we have positive 5 and 5. Ayan. What symbol are you going to use here? So ito, may positive symbol. Ito, wala. So we are going to use equal. Parehas lang sila. Kahit mayroon siyang symbol na ganito at yung isa ay wala, they are equal. How about positive 5 and negative 5? Less than or greater than? Okay, it is greater than. Positive numbers are always greater than negative numbers. So that's it for this slide. Now, let's go with adding integers. So we can use positive and negative counters to model the addition of integers. So here, I use red for positive integers and I use black for negative integers here. So this represents positive number and this represents the negative integer. A positive integer paired with a negative integer form zero pair. Kapag may nakita kayo isang positive, isang negative, that means zero pair. The value of a zero pair is 0. Now, let's proceed. Okay, pag may nakita kayong dalawang ganun, that means 0. So, let's add negative 2 and negative 4. So, negative, what represents negative? What color? Black. So, negative 2 muna tayo. 1, 2. That is negative 2. And how about negative 4? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So, we have your negative 2 plus negative 4. Bilangin natin kung ilang black lahat ito. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dahil it is 6 blocks, circles, black represent negative. Therefore, the answer is negative 6. Balik natin. That means negative 6. Dahil puro black yung lumabas. Let's have another. We have positive 5 plus 6. Alam naman natin na 5 plus 6 ay 11. But let's represent using counter. Positive 5 represents 5 red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And positive 6 represents 6 red circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, bilangin natin lahat. In all, there are 11 red counters. That means positive 11. So, let's add pares negative. Kanina pares positive. Ngayon ulit pares negative. Negative 3. So, we have 3 black counters plus 5 black counters So, ilan lahat na block yan? 8 na block. So, we have negative 8 because block represents negative number. So, kung mapapansin nyo, we have both negative. Nag-add tayo ng parehas na sign or like sign. Another like sign, we have negative 3 plus negative 2, 3. Then we have negative 2. So all in all, we have 5 block counters here that represents negative 5. So that is adding like sign. Anong nangyari na pag nag-add ng like sign? So do you notice a pattern or a rule? Adding integers with like sign, parehas silang positive at parehas silang negative. When the signs are the same, add the numbers together and keep the sign. Katulad kanina, we add negative 2 plus negative 3. We just add 3 plus 2, that is 5. And we keep the sign, parehas nilang sign ay negative. Therefore, the answer is negative 5. Kanina, we have positive 5 plus positive 6. We have positive 11. We just add the number together and keep the sign. Now, let's add or subtract. Let's subtract. Subtracting integers, we can use positive for red for positive, and negative block counters to model addition or subtraction of integers. Okay, pag may nakita kayo na isang red at isang black, that means 0. Now, example, let's subtract 4 minus 5. So, 4 minus 5, pwede nating i-rewrite siya. Yung subtraction, we can rewrite this into addition. Paano yon? Change the sign of the subtrahend. So, ito yung subtrahend natin, which is positive 5, naging negative 5. And then proceed to addition. Yung ating subtraction symbol, naging addition na siya. So, that is also 4 minus 5 is the same with 4 plus negative 5. So, dito muna tayo, represent muna natin yung 4. 4 red counters. And then we have negative 5. That means 5 black counters. Now, sabi kanina, pag may nakita kayo ng pair of black and red, that means 0. So, tanggalin natin yung mga 0. 0 lahat to. Ano na lang natira? Ang natira lang, what remain is 1 black counter. That means, isa lang yung natira. That means, the answer is, remove all the 0 pairs. Yes, naku, nawala yung answer. Sorry. The answer is 1 black counter. 1 black counter represents negative 1. The answer is negative 1. Now, let's proceed to the next example. Subtract positive 3 minus 5. So, what we need to do is to rewrite positive 3. Then yung minus will become plus, and positive 5 will become negative 5. So therefore, we have positive 3 plus negative 5. That is, change the sign of the subtrahend, then follow the addition rule. So represent muna natin yung negative 5. Sorry, nauna yung negative. Let's represent the negative 5. And let's represent the positive 3. So now again, remove all the 0 pair. Alin ba yung 0 pairs dito? Ito. Natanggal natin. Ang natira, 2 black counters. That means negative 2. So we have 3 minus 5. That is negative 2. Let's have the next. Do you notice a pattern or rule? Adding integers with unlike sign. When the signs are different, subtract the integers and keep the sign of the larger digit. Sabi, example, meron ka ditong negative 8 plus 2. Ang gagawin mo lang daw, subtract the number. 8 minus 2 is 6. Then keep or copy the sign of the larger digit. Ang sign ng pinakamataas na number ay negative. So the answer magiging negative din. Another example, we have 5 plus negative 3. I-subtract mo daw 5 minus 3 is 2. Anong symbol ng pinakamataas na digit? 5 ang pinakamataas and that is positive. Therefore, the answer is positive. Or it is the same with subtracting integers. Subtracting integers is the same as adding integers with unlike sign. To subtract first is to change the sign of the subtrahend, then proceed to addition. So that is the addition and subtraction of integers. Okay, let's have some exercises on addition and subtraction of integers. Let's perform the indicated operation in this given. Now, we have negative 2 plus negative 4. So we have to add like sign. So in adding like sign, we need to add the numbers, then keep their sign or keep their common sign. Okay, we have here 4 plus 2 is 6. And they are both negative numbers. So kokopyahin lang natin si negative sign. Therefore, the answer is negative 6. So let's have another. So we also have here negative 5 and negative 11. They are both negative numbers. So we have 11 plus 5 is 16. And their common sign is negative. So the answer is negative 16. So again, in adding like sign, add the numbers, then copy their common signs. And we have negative 10 plus negative 31. We have 31 plus 10 is 41. They are both negative numbers. Therefore, the answer is negative 41. Let's have another example. We have positive 8 plus positive 3. They are both positive. So therefore, just simply add the numbers. 8 plus 3 is 11, and they are both positive. Or we can write that as simply or negative. We can write this as simply positive 11. So we have positive 4 plus positive 15. They are both positive. Just add the numbers. 15 plus 4 is 19 and copy their common sign. Or we can simply write this as 19. And we have, the given is a positive and a negative integer. We have negative 8 plus negative 3. So our rule is, if we have unlike sign, ibig sabihin magkaiba ng sign, subtract the numbers. 8 minus 3 is 5. Copy the sign of the larger digit. Ang larger digit natin ay 8. Ang symbol niya ay negative. Kaya ang sagot natin, negative 5. So, susundin natin yung symbol or yung sign ng mataas na digit. Let's have another. We have positive 14 plus negative 5. So, subtract the digit or the numbers. 14 minus 5 is 9. Copy the sign of the larger digit. Ang larger digit natin ay 14, which is positive. Therefore, the answer is positive 9. Let's have another. We have negative 9 plus positive 6. Unlike sign pa rin. So what we need to do is subtract 9 and 6, and that is 3. And the larger digit is 9, which is negative. So kokopyahin natin yung symbol ng 9. So the answer is negative 3. And we have here negative 9 minus 6. So subtraction naman tayo. So in subtraction, first is to change the sign of the subtrahin. Ito. Pero kopyahin muna natin si negative 9. At ang subtrahin natin magiging negative 6. And then change subtraction to addition. So, ganun na siya. I-rewrite muna natin. Rewrite, change the sign of the subtrahend, then follow the addition rule. Now, mag-a-add na tayo dito ng like sign. Okay, add the numbers 9 plus 6 or 6 plus 9 is 15. Copy their common sign. The answer is negative 15. Now, let's proceed to the next given. And that is negative 11 minus negative 4. So first, rewrite. Kopyahin muna natin si negative 11. Si subtraction magiging addition. At si subtrahin, negative 4 magiging positive 4. Again, change the sign of the subtrahin, then follow the addition rule. So ito na, adding unlike sign na tayo. Subtract the numbers. 11 minus 4 is 7. Copy the sign of the larger digit, which is negative. The answer is negative 7. So these are the example on how you perform addition and subtraction of integers. Again, to add like sign, add the numbers, then copy their common signs. To add unlike sign, subtract the number, then copy the sign of the larger number. And in subtraction, change the sign of the subtrahend, then follow the addition rule. So that's it for this lesson. Hope you have learned in our lesson. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and share this to your friends, classmates, teachers, and to everyone. And do not forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell para lagi kayong updated sa bagong video ko. So, shout out po ako sa aking nakitang subscriber. Galing ito sa week 6 ko. So, yung iba hindi ko na siya na-browse. Balikan ko na lang kapag may time ako. Pero shout out ko, I do not know what is her real name, but her YouTube name is Ichi Ichi. Thank you again and sa pag-subscribe kay Teacher Carter. Sabi niya, thank you again, more power to you. Thank you. I love you. Shout out to, please. Shout out sa iyo, Ichi Ichi. Thank you for watching my videos. Hey everyone. Thank you.